Well, it's pretty crazy. Like, my rent just went up. A bunch of my friends' rent just went up.
Minimum wage workers all across Canada are losing ground in the struggle to afford rent. A new study coming via the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives says the rental wage required to live comfortably in every single province is significantly higher than minimum wage. On the streets of Calgary, the data comes as no surprise.
I know I was really lucky when I first moved into my apartment because as soon as I moved in, all the other apartments went right up. So I was really lucky, but then now a year later it's gone up too.
We were just moved back to Calgary actually after being in Vancouver for about a year, and it was shocking to see how high prices had risen in the year that we were gone.
The report bases its numbers on how much money Canadians would need to make in a 40-hour work week to afford paying 30% of their income on housing. Based on 2022's average rental prices for a one-bedroom apartment, Vancouverites and Torontonians would need more than $30 an hour to afford the accommodation. Calgarians would meanwhile need a wage of $24.65. In Edmonton, the number is $20.89, while Winnipeg sits at $20.42. But economist Ron Kneebone says the study makes unrealistic assumptions.
If we're talking about someone earning a minimum wage, they're unlikely to be renting or trying to rent the average apartment. Instead, they're going to be trying to rent one down at the lower end of the price distribution.
Based on that lower distribution, Kneebone says Calgarians making minimum wage were more likely to pay in the ballpark of $988 a month.
If you assume people rent that kind of apartment, then the minimum wage you would need in order to afford that apartment is only $19.
The number still falls $4 higher than Alberta's minimum wage, but Kneebone believes raising the percentage of income spent on housing is reasonable given the rental market. In Calgary, Tate Laycraft, City News.